My Soulmate's a Slime by admay 1916. Mava Tempest. Shedding Tree.
Pain. Pain is all he felt. Seeing his soulmate lying lifelessly on his bed pained him to the point of rage. How dare they do this to the woman who doesn't deserve it? How dare they try and destroy a nation and wipe it from the face of the universe?
To his woman and nation notwithstanding, he always said, he'll destroy anything or anyone who'd lay a hand on those whom he holds dear in his heart. Tempest is safe, but at the cost of Mava's life force. It'd be more than enough reason to strike back, and he'll do more than destroy, he'll devour. They made an enemy of Rimuru Tempest, he'd finish it without a trace. He'll eat and won't leave a crumb. He watches as his Mava fights for her life. Her remaining life force is being depleted with each passing second, her magical powers completely abandoned and gone from her. Once more tears pooled in his eyes as he could do nothing more for her. Raphael advises against healing her cause her remaining life force wouldn't be enough to stand the healing potion. It could kill her faster. Rimuru's heart feels like being ripped and trampled upon. He managed to heal a lot of people and monsters, but he couldn't heal his own soulmate. According to Raphael's analysis, the meteor was the ultimate magic absorber. The strongest of all. Maya was in no better situation as him. She fainted after the confirmation that her sister couldn't be saved. But not before she went berserk and had to be stopped by him, forcing her to sleep. As tears fell down his cheeks, he leaned down and pressed his lips on Mava's cold ones. He held on her hand tightening.
I'll save you, love. I promise. Master, are you thinking of?
Raphael, I won't let fate take her away from me. It had taken Shizu already, so I will do everything to save my soulmate. Please, just support me. He confessed in his mind, still not pulling away from Mava. Raphael could feel every stab of pain and tear dropping of her master. The risk is overwhelming, but he knows that Rimuru is prepared to take it. This 1% out of a 100, he'll do it. Or he might go berserk and destroy the whole universe of his enemies, so to speak. Rest easy, my love. It will be all right. I love you. The ruler then kissed Mava's forehead before he pulled away, his tears dropping down her cheeks. Pulling out a ring he had custom made, the stone is of blue diamond that he had acquired from the kingdom of Raja, he slipped it on her ring finger and kissed it. Mava Sky Dragneel, High Princess of Alvarez, a high enchantress and an SS-class wizard, from now on, you'll be known as Mava Sky Dragneel Tempest, Empress of this kingdom and wife of mine, Rimuru Tempest, he declared. As soon as he said that, his magicules and half of his life force transferred to the unconscious new bride. Doing so, Raphael managed to seal them on her Aethernano origin and prevent other consequences from occurring. Standing up and watching her for a moment, his aura flared full force before he turned into his slime form, his body thinning and lengthening even more as he proceeded to devour her gently. The last flickers of Mava's gemstones dissipated in the air, her whole body now covered before it slowly disappeared within him. The flickering sparkles died out as soon as he resumed his original form. Mava, take a well-needed rest in me, Master has entered sleep mode. Benimaru asked the moment Rigard told him of Rimuru's decision to let slumber take over him.
Yes, he has, big brother, Shuna confirms, her eyes crestfallen as she held back from crying. Xian was on the same page as hers with her fist clenched.
Why are you ladies sad? Usually, when our master pass out, it's only for 3 days. He'll wake up soon, no? Benimaru questions, feeling dread consume him. Rimuru was forced to enter 3 days nap every now and then, especially if he used a lot of magicules, so why is this a big deal?
A black mist suddenly appeared on one corner of the room before Noir materialized, having returned after an urgent call from his master.
The butler was in no better state, his expression pained. He seemed to be having his own internal battle debating whether or not to tell them the truth. Yet in accordance to his master's wishes, he has to do it. There's no way he'd defy his order, however hurtful it is. Everyone, he started, finally raising his head to look at them. Noir, have you talked to the king? I know if he called you here, he might have told you something, Hakuro asked, quite hopeful, making the butler feel bad for crushing that dying ember totally. Our master has given us his orders, everyone in Tempest must follow, Noir say, voice laced with defeat. These are his exact words. Rimuru Tempest, will have to dive into the consciousness of your empress, now my wife Mava Tempest, to save her. Just like how I did all means to save all of you, I will do so with my wife. I'll defy fate if needed. I'll fight and stand my ground till I win.
Forgive me for this selfish request. I wish not to leave Tempest, but I know you'll be fine while I find ways to bring our Empress back. I don't know how long I'll be slumbering this time, but rest assured one day, I'll open my eyes and you'll both have me and Maeva back.
In lieu of my absence, I appoint High Prince Noir to lead along with his soulmate, Princess Maya. He's a newly crowned, so give him your support and care. Help each other out and have each other back. I'll try to do this as fast as I can, so I'll wake up the earliest time possible. Until then, I'll entrust our country to all of you. Emperor Zareth will come visit occasionally. The fairy tale wizards will be living in Tempest for the time being. Comfort Maya and Natsu in my stead. Those two had it rough, any sibling would. I leave this promise to all of you. Your slime leader will return along with my soulmate. I will never abandon you, nor forsake you. I seal this promise to never be broken. I won't say my goodbyes, cause this is what I am gonna say. We will meet again. The lengthy words of Rimuru, his words not of farewell but of promise, had brought forth a mix of grief and relief, sadness and happiness, anger and peace. Anger for those responsible for this, grief for Maeva's condition, sadness for Rimuru's decision. Relief that there is hope, happiness to know he tied the knot with the High Enchantress, and peace for knowing they're not forsaken. The weight of every emotion is difficult to handle, but they trust every word of their ruler. No one spoke for a moment. Each one was given enough time to process everything. Until Benimaru got on his knee, followed by everyone in the room. It's time to submit to the person their king appointed to lead. High Prince Noir, allow us to convey our submission and loyalty. No need, Noir cut them off. I am not worthy of such depth of loyalty you have shown our master. I am still the same servant as all of you, working under the same master. So I wish, we'll do this as friends, not me claiming authority over you. I was appointed leader, so that is what I'll do, but not more than that. He clearly surprised everyone. But recovering from that, their respect for him multiplied. To work with everyone as equals is a rare display of deep trust with one another. Noir has been crowned as the High Prince. His status and power have leveled up, on which they couldn't attain, but he is still humble. In the end, they all bowed to Noir, who did the same. Their current situation is not enough to plunge them into the depths of darkness and uncertainty. They'll get by.
As Rimuru said, they have each other's back.
The door of the room opened to reveal the group of wizards who had to go back in this nation due to this inevitable situation. Natsu had to hold Maya to steady her, as she still hasn't fully recovered from the fatigue and trauma. The younger was the one who witnessed everything. Witnessed how their sister was forced to the brink of death. Had not the intervention of Rimuru, Maeva might have passed away. Their feet felt like they weighed tons as they stepped closer to the bed where Rimuru stays asleep. The room is brightened with magicules swirling and sparkling. Not long after, they're joined by weakened Aethernano, but the magicules swirls around them, sharing their essence. The group had stopped for a while, sad smiles lingering on their lips to witness such scene, foretelling of how Rimuru is fighting inside of his soulmate's consciousness to bring her back. Natsu felt Maya shake and he hugged her to him in silent comfort. Nobody knows how this will play out, but they have to hold on and trust on Rimuru's words as well as Maeva's resolve. After a while of silent consolation, the group stopped beside the bed, now watching the peaceful face of the ruler of Tempest. He looks even more magnificent with the white robes Raphael had garmented him with. Maya sat down on the edge of the bed and held his hand. Hey, I know you are fighting hard in there. I know how you are doing everything to bring our sister back, and we are most grateful. To say you would even defy fate just to have her with us is big sacrifice. Yet you did it anyway. Thank you, she says sincerely, her thumb rubbing gently on his skin. Natsu said nothing, but deep down he was agreeing completely. This is the ultimate proof of Rimuru's love for their sister. And he wouldn't waste it. He'll do everything in his power to support him. The rest didn't talk, just letting them have their moment. They share the pain, but they have to remain their pillar. And come what may, leaving is never an option for Fairy Tail. They stick around like a glue if they have to, they'll never abandon a friend. Ranga appeared in the shadows, staying silent, and just watched the scene unfold before him. Trudging with his soundless footsteps, he bounded to Maya and nudged her gently.
The lady turns and smiles at the wolf, her free hand raised to pet him.
I'm fine, Ranga. We all are. Don't worry him. This is not enough to slump in an abbey's. 'Cause I know we will get through this. Ranga whimpers sadly at the words, but he has faith. It will happen just what the princess declared. Healing. They hear Wendy say. What did you say, Wendy? Gray questions. Not they haven't actually heard her. They did, but they just want confirmation. I felt healing from Rimuru-san. Abe's slow, I mean very slow, but it's there. This means, Mava-san will not fade. She's alive. Her voice raised, fueled by the happiness of what she just discovered. Tears pooled in Maya's arms as she hugged, hearing Natsu, who let out a roaring cheer the news. The others bellowed out cries of joy as well as not being able to stop themselves. And standing by the door side is Noir, whose lips finally stretched into one small relieved grin. As expected, his master never breaks a promise.